You're live with Lyce Doucet on BBC World News in Afghanistan. Today has been declared a national holiday by the Taliban 1 year after they seized power across Afghanistan. But there's growing concern for the lives of Afghans whose lives have been turned upside down by the Taliban takeover.
I worked for more than 17 years in the finance ministry. We spent so much time to get here. Now we are back to zero. Everything is finished.
I'm Tim Willcox in London. Also on today's programme, water levels on Germany's River Rhine appear to stabilise after dropping dramatically during the current drought. And the UK becomes the first country to approve a vaccine specifically targeted at combating the Omicron variant. In the next half hour, we'll be hearing from our correspondents in Kabul and in London.
Welcome to the Afghan capital, Kabul, on a day which has been declared a national holiday by the Taliban, a day where they are marking 1 year since they returned to power again. This time last year, on August 15th, Taliban fighters were sweeping suddenly and swiftly into the capital, going as far as the presidential palace. Their advance into Kabul provoked panic in the streets of this capital. The streets were choked with traffic as panicked crowds tried to make their way to Kabul International Airport. Thousands of Afghans and foreigners trying to flee whatever way they can. 1 year on, the situation here in Kabul and across the country is markedly different. In the streets of the capital, we've seen scenes of impromptu celebrations, Taliban waving their flags in the air, white flags that now dominate all of the intersections, all of the government buildings. In the southern city of Kandahar, pickups flooded the streets, bristling with guns and fighters. But today is a day for many Afghans to remain indoors, worried about what this day will bring. It's a day of reflection for Afghans here and for the many Afghans scattered across the world as to what 1 year of Taliban rule has meant. Their raft of restrictions governing the lives of Afghan men and women have been particularly hard for the educated women and girls looking to be educated in this country. In this programme, we look at some of the efforts by the international community and by Afghans still in this country. But first, let's take a look at the situation for girls who are in their first year of university or in the 12th year, the last year of high school, before most secondary schools were shut. Here in the capital, Kabul, we found that some girls were still finding ways to learn.